All right, so in this video today, we're going to be diving into LinkedIn. And if you're a personal trainer looking to leverage LinkedIn, maybe you're already using LinkedIn, maybe you've thought about launching a LinkedIn account, then this is specifically for you. So we're going to be walking through 6 very simple tips in order to optimize your profile for success. And so we're going to be walking through those one by one. And if you stick with me until the end, I'm going to be sharing something with you that's probably the most overlooked thing when it comes to using LinkedIn to build a business. And if you do this, one thing is going to put you in the top 50% of LinkedIn accounts, which is going to lead to more visibility, more attention, as a byproduct, allow you to get more access to leads and people who could be your next clients. All right, let's kick things off with tip number 1, and that's choosing the right profile picture. Now, this is going to vary from coach to coach, niche to niche, and really depending on who you're trying to target and speak to and relate or connect with. But essentially, if we want to put our best foot forward, we want to come across as approachable as possible. And I think you'd agree, if you're trying to get leads and clients on the gym floor, you want to be someone who comes across as professional and you want to be someone who comes across as approachable. And so take those 2 criteria and think about your profile picture, and does it tick those 2 boxes? Does it look professional, and do you seem approachable? And so if you look at my profile picture right now, I don't smile in all my photos, but I specifically chose a picture here of me smiling because that's the most approachable version of me. And I want to be someone that's approachable. I want to be someone who is inviting because I'm connecting on the platform and I want people to connect back with me and feel comfortable doing so. And so there's a strategic choice there in profile picture. And also I've chosen a professional picture here. This is one taken by my photographer. I wanted to choose something that looked high quality, high definition, because essentially this is the first thing that people are going to see when I send out a connection request or maybe like or comment on one of their posts. So tip number 1 is really nail down your profile picture. So tip number 2 is craft your headline. And essentially your headline is this section here, okay? And the way that you get into that and edit it is if you click on this pen here and you open it up, and you scroll down, you can see here it says headline. And then here you can see that I've put in basically this headline here. And what I've chosen to do is basically call out the people that I'm looking to work with, personal trainers. And basically I've led with a question. Do you want to start or grow your online coaching business? And so if anyone sees that when I send a connection request, that then gives them the opportunity right away to either accept or decline based on the question they're asking. And you can go with a format like this, or you could go with a format such as I help X people achieve X result. So I help busy professional men lose weight and build muscle, something along those lines. And so essentially you're using your headline to really show people or tell people what you do and give them an opportunity to understand whether they want to connect with you or not, or engage with you or not, or spark up some curiosity to come over to your profile and check out what you do. Now, it's really important that you get that headline right, because that headline is going to be the thing that appears with your profile picture. So if I go to the LinkedIn feed, you're going to see people's profile picture, you're going to see people's names, and then you're also going to see their headline. So empowering busy executive to create the body, health, and something. And equally, when someone comments on a post, let's just scroll down and find one. Here we go. So you see this comment here. Let's say someone comments on a post, or you comment on a post, or I comment on a post. That headline is also going to appear on that post. And so if there's anyone that's reading the comments who is intrigued by the headline or resonate with the headline, there's a good probability that they're going to click on the account and go check out the profile. There's also a good way to drive more traffic to your account and to your profile if you've worded the headline in the right way and you're appealing to the people that you want to attract and you want to work with. Now, next thing I want to show you is this little section down here where we can essentially add a link. So if I just highlight this for a second, you'll see here it says get online clients, click here. And essentially how I got this section here was I clicked on the pen, and then if we scroll down to this section here where it says website, we can then insert a link of our choice and you can put in your website, but I'll show you what I chose to put there. I use this site called links.co, and you can see the URL there. And essentially this is just a simple website where you can host various different links and then you can post that on your social media. And it's just a nice place to host specific things like trainings, resources, email newsletters, and maybe applications to work with you. So I'm going to show you what this looks like in just one second. second. But I also strategically use some wording here, which is outcome based and is action based. So the outcome is get online clients. The action is click here. So instead of like typing in the website or putting in the website URL, which is not that attractive, I basically make it outcome based and action based to increase the incentive to click the link and explore what's inside. So if we go back to the profile, if we click on this link, it's gonna bring up this page, and this is so easy to create on links.co. And this is something that you can host other links to other places. For example, if we click on that link specifically, there's an application there to apply for the Remote Coaches Academy. If we click on this, it takes people over to YouTube where they can watch long form video content where there's more value, insights, and resources. And then there's some other options here to opt in for specific trainings. And this leads them into an email list. And that obviously builds the email list off the back of it. And then there's some other things here for people to explore if they're curious, like our all-in-one software solution for online coaches and also the Remote Coaches podcast. So hopefully this gives you some inspiration in terms of what you can actually put here in your links.co site. And also what I've done is I've linked my Instagram and my Facebook in case people want to connect with me on there too, because there's no harm in connecting in multiple places, right? Because that means you've got 2 or 3 times the probability of getting someone's attention if you're connected in more than one place. And so I've got links to my other socials in there. And so if we go back to my LinkedIn account, really simple is you go into the pen, you go in and edit it, get something set up like links, or if you want to, you can put your website in there, but make it action based and outcome based to really incentivize people to click. Now this is the next thing in tip, and tip number 4 is build out your featured section. Now this is kind of like the pinned post section on Instagram, and also you can pin one post over on Facebook at the top of your feed. On LinkedIn, you can basically pin or feature multiple posts that you've posted on LinkedIn previously. And you can see here that I've got various different things. I want to walk you through them one by one just to give you some ideas and inspiration in terms of what you could do. So we've got the LinkedIn newsletter. This is one of the big actual benefits of using LinkedIn is you can create a newsletter on the platform, and then anyone that subscribes to the newsletter, you can see I've got almost 700 people here subscribed. They will get a notification every week when this goes out to the newsletter, and that's just a nice way of me getting information and value and insights in front of people on a weekly basis. That's something super simple that you can set up inside of the LinkedIn platform. Then we've got an announcement here about the Remote Coaches Academy and Tony Walsh actually joining us on the team, and this tells people a little bit more about what we do, what we offer, and how it works, because that's obviously what this profile is for, right? It's for finding clients who are suitable for our Remote Coaches Academy, and the same will be true for you, right? You're using the platform to build out your business, your program, sell your offers, etc. So people need to understand what you do and what you offer. And then we've got some results here, and this is a great place to put some transformations, some case studies, some testimonials, some before and afters, whatever you've got that can position your authority as someone credible. You want to lace those into the featured section as well. And if you don't have any online coaching clients, you can just put personal training client results here, and that just gives you a little bit of extra credibility. Then finally, I've got basically a link and instructions to find the Remote Coaches podcast, where there's more value, insights, and resources for people who are maybe not ready to have a conversation about joining the academy, but want to learn more about the strategies and things that we do and teach. And that's where they can find them via the featured section. And this is something that's really easy to build out, but what you need to do first is you need to post on the LinkedIn feed. And then once you've posted on the LinkedIn feed, you'd come to this featured section here, you'd click the plus, and then you'd go add post. And once this pops up, you'd be able to click on feature, and then that's going to pop up in the featured section. And then what you can also do is you can move the post around and you can change the order. Okay, so you could change the order of these different featured posts just by opening up this section of the editing tool. The next tip is fill out your about section. And your about section is often the first place people go after they've maybe been to the headline section, looked at those initial things at the top of your profile, and then they want to know really who you are, what you do, what you offer, and maybe you want to establish if you could be someone that they want to connect with or have a conversation with. And so this should be crafted to speak to the people that you want to work with online, right? So if you're looking to acquire a specific type of customer or client, it should be speaking to those people specifically. specifically. So you'll see here that I'm calling out personal trainers. And also what I do is I put in really what I'm looking for personally in a client. So if a personal trainer is reading this, they can almost qualify themselves to see if they would be a good fit for what we do and what we offer. And then if they feel like they really align with this about section and what we look for in an ideal client, and this person who is reading it needs some help with their business, with their marketing, with their deliverables, with building out their online business, then there's also going to be a call to action here at the end to basically go to this link and fill out an application. And so if you want to go over to my LinkedIn profile, you can go ahead and check that out, and you can read through this in your own time. Or what you could do is you could just pause the video right now, and that'll give you an opportunity to basically just read this, understand what I'm saying here, get some inspiration, and then you can craft your own about section to speak to your ideal clients, and then use a nice subtle call to action towards the end to send them any way you want them to, whether that's online application, whether that's your website, whatever it is that you want to drive that interest to, you would then essentially put a link at the bottom. All right, so the next tip is get some recommendations. And this can be something that you get from your existing or old personal training clients, or if you've got some online clients where you could request some recommendations, then definitely do that, because this gives you some more credibility and social proof, and essentially gives people the confidence who are looking at your profile that you know how to get results, or you're someone that's credible and someone that they would maybe feel comfortable engaging with and having a conversation with about your services. And so essentially you can see that I've got a couple of recommendations here, and the way that we get these recommendations is super simple. We go to this plus section and we go here and we click on ask for recommendations, and then essentially you want to make sure that you have the names of the people that you're going to request the recommendations from. And what you could do, let's say you're personal training some clients this week or next week, speak to those clients that you're doing personal training sessions with if you've not got any online clients yet, and essentially ask them, would it be okay if I connect with you on LinkedIn, if they are on LinkedIn, and would you mind giving me a recommendation on my profile? I'd really appreciate it. And once you've got their permission and they're on board with doing that, then you would go and find them on LinkedIn so that you can send them over the request to give you the recommendation. And it's super simple. If I just type in Dave and I click on Dave's name, let's just imagine this is your client. And then I go continue and I go and find this section here. Dave was a client. Then I would select basically in what capacity. So we'll select here during my time at Remote Coaches, and you would select based on your career history when they were your client, if they're an existing or maybe an old client. And then essentially what I'd do here is I'd adjust it slightly. I'd say, hey Dave, here's the recommendation request that I spoke about the other day. I would really appreciate if you could just take 60 to 120 seconds just to fill out a short recommendation. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, send. And then do that to 3 to 5 people, and then you're going to have some really good social proof on your LinkedIn account, so that if anyone's looking at your LinkedIn account, it just makes you look much more credible. Now, those are the 6 main tips, but I said if you stick with me until the end, I'm going to give you something that's really going to help you on the LinkedIn platform. And this is something that a lot of people don't actually know about, and something that a lot of people overlook. And that is this, is 50% of LinkedIn accounts are actually incomplete. And so if you completed your entire LinkedIn profile, you did the featured section, you scrolled down, you did the about section, you put in your experience, your education, your skills, got some recommendations, you put your banner and profile picture up, you tweaked your headline, you added your links to the link section, you would put yourself in the top 50% of accounts, and that essentially will give you preferential treatment in the algorithm, and your profile will appear more on the platform when people are searching for people that align with your profile. For example, if someone was searching for an online fitness coach on LinkedIn specifically, then your profile is going to more likely appear in these search results here when we click on people, because your profile is going to rank better. Equally, if we go to the My Network section, if you complete your whole LinkedIn profile and you put yourself in the top 50% of LinkedIn accounts, you're also going to be more likely to land in this section on other people's profiles. So people you follow also follow these people, so you're going to appear there more frequently. And equally, if we scroll down, there's going to be all these other little sections that you could potentially appear in based on the fact that you've done exactly what LinkedIn wants you to do. You've completed your profile, and as a byproduct, it's going to reward you with much more visibility on the platform, and that can then lead to more people seeing your profile and ultimately you getting more leads for your online personal training and fitness business. Those are your things that anyone can very easily implement in less than a day to really optimize a LinkedIn profile for success and for building an online personal training or fitness business. And so if you found this useful, then hit that like button, let me know you did. And also, if you want to be notified of more videos just like this one that I've got in the works, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.